Hello everyone, welcome to my backyard. It's almost summer now here in Sydney, so I just thought why not film in my backyard. It's really nice and sunny and peaceful. It's still a little bit cold though. I wanted to wear a t-shirt, but no. This week's video is all about my videography journey and the process between thinking and planning to producing and uploading for people to watch. This is a question that I get asked quite a bit by my friends, and it's something that a past Isabella would have been very interested about in hearing. So I think it's quite interesting to hear how it all started, how to really get started from the basics and where I am now and that whole cool journey. My current process of creating a film, there are around 3 steps. The first being the planning stage, or the ideation phase, the second being filming, and the third being editing. And they all vary in terms of time, but altogether, I'd like to say 1 minute of video takes around 5 to 10 hours to create. And that might seem a little bit far-fetched, but once we get into the specifics of each step, I hope to kind of shed more light into every little step of the journey and why it is quite an interesting art. Okay, so step 1, planning. This is, in my opinion, the most important step because I think from the planning stage, you will define how long it will take for you to create the video. It will most likely define the success of my video. And it will define how easy the process is as well. I think once everything is well planned and well thought out, then filming and editing is a lot more simple. It's very erratic because I kind of do this alongside studying full-time and working full-time, so I kind of just try to fit this hobby in whenever I can. So oftentimes, I'll be on the train with my phone, I'll be writing down all these ideas and how I want to capture my ideas and how I want to produce a particular film. And a lot of the time, planning will also include looking for the right music, because oftentimes what you'll find is that you create this awesome film or you have this awesome vlog, but music really can set the scene, and it's so hard to find creative common music, like the right one for your film, especially when everything's done and you can't really be malleable or flexible anymore, and you have to find the right music, and it's so hard. So oftentimes I'll be on SoundCloud, or I'll even be on YouTube looking for video or music or anything inspiration. So that's stage 1. Stage number 2 is filming, and this can also be quite a lengthy process. Spending time with. So this video, my best friends. The thing that I'm using to film right now is a Canon G7X. It's actually a vlogging camera, and I'm using my boyfriend's microphone thing. That might have been a little bit loud. Anyway. Sometimes I even just use my phone, and I use natural daylight, which means I only have, because I'm working and I usually get home when it's dark and I leave the house when it's dark, I only have say around 3 to 4 hours on the weekend to get everything done. And that's why planning is so important, because if you don't plan right, then everything can just tumble down, which is what has happened many times in the past, and it's not fun. Filming for me is actually not the most enjoyable part, just because it's difficult to come to terms with the differences between what you envision and what you get. But that's why the third stage is so crucial, which is editing. So editing is actually my favorite stage of them all, just because I've learned so many hard skills through it all. Like, the different programs that I'm now able to use quite comfortably is really awesome. And like I said, being able to transform the images that you have into something similar to what you envisioned is just awesome for me. The program that I currently use is Premiere Pro. It's with Adobe Creative Cloud. I'm still learning After Effects, but my preference right now is Creative Cloud, just because it's the first one that I kind of used. I I have Final Cut Pro, but I just don't use it for now because Premiere Pro was the first one I learnt, and I kind of like how integrated the different programs are. So you can use Photoshop, Premiere Pro, After Effects, it's all under Adobe. Editing takes it can take from 1 hour if it's a really small, if it's like a really short video and everything's been well planned out, or it can take up to 10 hours, and that is not a joke at all. I use a MacBook Air to edit, and that has its own struggles in a way because it is only a MacBook Air and I do all my animations on it. So yeah, I use only my trackpad and my keyboard and, you know, just the basics of a MacBook to do everything. And I think while that's a challenge, it's quite a fun one as well. Like, I kind of go for the whole rustic homemade feel, obviously. So I edit on the train, and that is quite an enjoyable, fun, challenging process because a train rides to and from work around 2 hours in total, but it's not just me sitting in one place. I'm in peak hour traffic and it is hustling and bustling. People are moving everywhere. Sometimes you don't have a seat, and sometimes you do. People are drinking their coffee and they're like so close to your computer, like please. Every day I just pray that nothing gets damaged and my hard drive doesn't smash on the train floor or go through the gaps between the train, and I can't be any more grateful than that. So yeah, that's my current process for videography. It definitely hasn't always been that way. From the very beginnings, if I can remember the first time I ever made a video, it was for my group project, and I used Windows Movie Maker. It was like, at the time I thought this was the top shit, and from then on I started making, like, whenever I'd go out with friends, eat dinner, I would take pictures and film some really shaky video clips on my phone, and I would edit them onto Movie Maker, and it would more so be like a slideshow with music, a really badly timed slideshow as well. It's quite an interesting journey, and it's amazing the things that you learn. From then on, I got my first MacBook and I started using iMovie. When I went to America on exchange, I would make little vlogs and edit them on iMovie and upload them onto Google Drive and show all my best friends, which I think is a really good tip when you're starting off. Definitely try to build a supportive community that will encourage you to continue doing more, because I think that's probably the biggest stumbling block for me. The fear that what you're doing is not going to be applauded, not going to be supported. So yeah, don't be pressured into creating the best content. Just the community is the most important part, right? And the community that encourages you to learn, and your own self encouraging yourself to learn. I hope you guys found this video useful or even entertaining, looking back at my old clips and seeing a little bit of the behind the scenes of what goes on when I'm creating a video. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. There's been so many times where I've had temper tantrums because the sun went down and I use natural lighting, or it's Tuesday night and I want to upload on Wednesday, but I have an assignment going on, I have work, and I just can't edit fast enough, or I've tried to rush the planning stage, and as a result, filming and editing is just really hard and challenging. At the end of the day, it just ties into all the fun. I know when I started on this journey, I had a lot of comments saying, I've always wanted to do this, but I just don't think I'm as good, or my things are really shitty, or I don't think anyone would watch. That's what I thought too, and you're here watching it today, so give it a go, and I hope you find the journey as fun as I do. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, then like it and subscribe, and I guess I will see you next week. Goodbye!